And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and CBSI Talking Business, our interview series, talk with leaders in the fields of digital marketing, banking, insurance, customer service, and business education. All to highlight our team at CBSI. We're based in Harrison, New York. We provide insurance-based benefits to the credit card and payments industry, and we are really proud to be celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. Now, we're very pleased to have with us today Joanne Persico, who is the co-founder and president of ONEcount. And that is a company that is in data analytics, has a wonderful platform for presenting data. And Joanne is a graduate of New York Institute of Technology and runs the Bold Minds think tank group online. And also a member of the board of the Media Content Marketing Association. Joanne, good to see you today. How you doing?
Excellent, Ken. Thank you so much for having me today.
Great. Hey, I want to give you a plug at the beginning. You've got a webinar coming out on June 15th, and 5 best practices to drive revenue growth. What are we gonna learn in that one?
Well, this webinar is specifically for folks who are looking to drive revenue and using data and insights, first-party data intelligence to help them drive sales and marketing efforts. So it should be interesting. Very
good. Now, you're the co-founder and president of ONEcount, a data analytics platform company. Tell us a little bit about the company and the platform that you provide to your clients.
Sure, absolutely. So our company is actually 27 years old. We were founded in 1996, and we pivoted the company in 2013 after working with clients on their digital initiatives, helping them accelerate digital growth. And we changed the company into more of a data company because our clients were asking us more about how do we connect all of these dots. We have a lot of data, we have a lot of audience information, and we want to relevantly target our clients, our customers, our readers, our audiences. And we said, well, you know what, we could build something like that. And that's how ONEcount was born in 2013. So the goal was to help companies accelerate revenue through having more data intelligence, more data insights, and having a single source of truth so that they can better generate revenue.
Very good. Now tell us about some of the data that you're able to gather on the platform, first-party data that about your clients' customers. What is some of the data that you're able to gather and apply?
So what's interesting is that we're able to gather the types of data that a customer has. So when we talk about a single source of truth, for some companies, they may have purchase history data, they may have transactional data, they have demographic data, they may have data in their email platform. So it really, data is their CRM data in Salesforce. So it's all about connecting the dots for them and sitting down with each customer to say, what data do you have? What do you want to aggregate? Because at the end of the day, we're helping them marry all of their data into one ecosystem. Because the biggest challenge is the data sits in these separate silos. They really don't have a holistic view of their customer. So it's a lot of different data, but we focus on all the various channels, meaning we focus on collecting data via email, email data, social data, web data, event data, webinar data, any kind of data, really.
Very good. I know the challenge I used to face, and that is just linking data from a variety of sources to a common record that you can then present for a customer. How do you handle that challenge of finding one way to link a customer to various sources of data about them?
Oh, that's a great question. And we call that our pathway to activation. So there's a couple of tactics that we use, but ultimately we start with the customer's data. So it's first party data, which I think is really important, especially since the third party cookie is disbanding. So we take all of the first party data, and so that's important. But then what we do is we're layering their identity across all their different devices, their browser, and we call that converting an anonymous visitor to an identified known person. And so and there's a lot of different tactics. Some are, it could be a click from an email link. So if you send them an email and they click on it, we can identify, hey, this is Ken, and this is where Ken went after he clicked on the link, and this is his behavior. And so, that's some of the tactics of what we use to identify.
Very good, very good. And what are some of the industries that you're able to serve? I know you work in healthcare, but also publishing and subscription marketing. What are some of the types of industries that you're able to serve through this platform?
Well, I think as far as industries, it could really be any industry. Yes, our biggest vertical is media and some of the ones that you just mentioned. But I think for any company who's looking to get a better understanding of their audiences, their customers, what they're doing, what they're looking at, what they're clicking on, and understanding their behaviors, this really is applicable to any kind of industry or company. Because if you're really targeting and personalizing messaging, you have to know who they are. You need to have some more intelligence on your customers and what they're doing with you.
Very good. And maybe you could take us through a little bit about how the data is presented on the screens on ONEcount, and some of the typical campaigns that you're able to analyze.
Sure. Well, we analyze a lot of different types of campaigns. For some of our clients, they're doing campaigns within like banner campaigns. So we integrate with Google Ad Manager. So in certain instances, when a user logs in, they're looking at their advertising campaigns, their banner campaigns. And so because we're layering the who and the identity, when they go into their analytics, they can actually see, oh, okay, these are the exact number of people who viewed my banner, and then click on that and drill down into the identity of those people. In certain cases, if they're doing social campaigns and they're using maybe LinkedIn or Facebook or TikTok, they could go into our analytics and see which of the social networks are performing best, what's working, what's not working. And of course, they can drill down into the who. And so it really depends. If they're more interested in content and they're a content provider and they want to know, hey, what content are people consuming by a keyword or a specific topic, they can go into our analytics and drill into content analytics, and drill in to do further segmentation for targeting.
Very good. Now, is this something that a smaller company is able to use? Sometimes I think a lot of us get intimidated by the technology. It's changed so fast. And is this something that both small and large marketers are able to utilize?
Definitely. I think there's an advantage having an all-in-one system like ONEcount, because for a smaller company, it helps them streamline the tech stack. They don't need as many solutions. And I think it definitely helps them save time, because they're having to log into so many different systems, download Excel spreadsheets, dedupe things, that this helps them streamline a lot of the processes. And then for larger companies, we do work with some really large companies, and they have huge IT teams, and yet the marketers are, when they have a need and they want to target, create a pop-up, a modal, or what have you, they don't want to run to IT. They want to be able to do it themselves. So they like the idea and the freedom of being able to action off of the data instantaneously.
Very good. Now, you said that the ONEcount platform was initiated in 2013. How has the business changed since you started the program almost 10 years ago?
Oh, goodness. Well, the industry, technology is changing very fast. I mean, when we started in 2013, there was less emphasis on machine learning, artificial intelligence. And so we've had to step up our game and add a lot of these technologies to the platform. But it certainly has evolved based on customer need. That's really where, talking with our customers, they have said, hey, we have a challenge. We're doing an event. We want to be able to target our audiences via geo. and get to the identity of, where our users are and be able to target them for an upcoming event. And so a lot of times the platform has evolved just based on customer need of needing single sign-on, social login, paywalls, metering, gating, lead gen is a big one. We started originally as a lead gen platform, and through our evolvement of the platform, it has become more of a customer data platform.
Okay, now you mentioned artificial intelligence being applied to so many different activities. What are some of the ways that you see a client using artificial intelligence, and ways that your system, ONEcount, can help track the benefit of that?
Sure. Since we're tracking the identity of what people are looking at, a great example of that is we have a recommendation engine, which helps customers keep people on site longer, recommends articles, increases page views, impressions. And so this allows them to go in through a different number of algorithms and recommend content based on trending, collaborative filtering, which is identity driven. And there's just a lot of different ways of doing that, but that's one really good example how machine learning looks at the patterns of what people are looking at, what they're reading, and then they can recommend articles or products based on behavior.
Absolutely, and there's been a lot of discussion on the use of cookies, and in some ways legislation that or regulation that is precluding their use. But now every time you go onto a brand's website, they say, do you allow use of cookies to help provide a better customer experience for you? And I think a high percentage of people say yes to that. What do you see happening on that front on customer permission-based cookies?
Well, it's as you see, the legislation is changing very quickly. There's different states that are jumping on, California, and there's other states. And, I think the biggest thing is every company should really focus on how do they nurture a first-party relationship, someone who's opted in with them, because first-party cookies aren't going away. And for privacy, if you have an opt-in relationship with them, then we don't see customers having a really difficult time navigating it because they've opted into a relationship with them. And so I would definitely suggest for audiences, when someone is signing up for something or buying something, just make sure that you are getting that opt-in. That will definitely help you navigate some of the landmines that we're seeing with cookies and e-consent and GDPR, et cetera.
Very good. Now, you have a very interesting online think tank called Bold Minds. I had the pleasure of sitting in on a recent session. You've done over 100 of these in the last 2 years. Tell us a little bit about your Bold Minds think tank.
Oh, wonderful. This is something I actually founded in April of 2020. When COVID hit in March, I was getting a lot of phone calls and just conversations with different associates, CEOs, and it was, a scary time. And so I decided to create this group where we can all log in on a weekly basis and just talk about, what are you doing in the industry? What are you doing to help generate revenue? And so it really, it started off that way. And then it really became more of a think tank where it's a safe place where people can talk about their issues. What are they seeing? What are the trends? What are best practices? And it's not recorded. So all of our sessions are unrecorded. They're off the record. So with the Bold Minds group, it really has become an area where we share best practices, trends. For example, last week we were talking about NFTs and we were talking about metaverse. And so these are topics where these are technologies that are coming out. And sometimes you just don't feel like asking an employee or your boss. And so we've created this safe haven, this place where anyone can ask a question. We can discuss it. What are you seeing? Are you using it? How are you generating revenue from it? And as I was mentioning prior, it's at 5:30 to 7 p.m. And so everyone brings a cocktail. It's really casual, it's really comfortable, and all of the meetings are off the record.
Okay, okay. That is terrific. Well, we're enjoying talking to Joanne Persico, who is the co-founder and president of ONEcount, a data analytics platform. And Joanne, what's the best way for someone to get more information on ONEcount or even try it out?
Sure. So you can go to our website, one-count.com, and it's one spelled out. You can certainly contact me by emailing me at joanne@one-count.com, or just go to the website and you could certainly get a demo. Happy to do a demo of the platform. But my biggest goal is to help customers really sit down and figure out their use cases on how this can help them with their company, with their marketing efforts, sales efforts. And so I love the dialogue. And then, if we can help them sell with their software, even better.
Very good. And Joanne Persico, great to talk with you today, co-founder, president of ONEcount, a graduate of New York Institute of Technology, and board member, Media Content Marketing Association, and the host of the Bold Minds think tank group. Very interesting online idea exchange group. And great to talk with you. Any final thoughts for us today?
No, Ken, thank you so much for having me on your webinar podcast. And it was a pleasure speaking to you on this topic, and look forward to more engaging conversations.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And this is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services and CBSI Talking Business. And great to talk today with Joanne Persico. And we do this to recognize our great team at CBSI. We're based in Harrison, New York. We provide insurance-based benefits to the credit card and payments industry. And we are really proud to be celebrating our 50th anniversary year in 2022. So look forward to another episode very soon. And thank you for watching. Have a great day.